Hi, my name is Mike Campbell, and I've been asked to tell about my vocation story. Obviously, I'm a late vocation. As you can tell, I'm old, I'm bald. I think the Holy Spirit has been tapping on my shoulder for many years, all my life. And He's been telling me that I need to serve the Lord. But the only part I heard was to serve. And so I thought the best way would be to serve as a policeman. And I became a policeman when I was 20. But I found out pretty soon that instead of serving people, I was hurting people more than serving them. So I thought I would leave, and I joined the Air Force to serve my country, which I'm very proud of. And I did that for 20 years. And I was very good. But when I got close to retirement, I was looking back on my life, and I came to the realization that time speeds by so fast. And I was looking back, and I was thinking to myself, who should I serve next? And then I heard the second part that I think the Holy Spirit had told me early in my life. Serve the Lord. And I thought the best way to do that would be to be a priest. But I was old. I was almost 48. And I thought life had passed me by. Or I should say, I thought I was too old to be a priest. But after I retired, he kept on pinching me. So I tried. And the diocese I went to was in Florida, Pensacola, Florida. And they are very fortunate because they have many young seminarians. And they have an age limit of 45. And they said I was too old. And I thought, I missed my chance. And I became a school teacher. And I was always very disappointed that I couldn't realize my vocation, which I thought was to serve people as a priest. Then all of a sudden somebody called me up, a friend of mine. He was a doctor when I was a child, and he was 68 years old, and he just got accepted as a priest for the Diocese of Birmingham, Alabama, and he called me from Pope John the 23rd Seminary to tell me that he got accepted as seminary. And I said, what? He says, you're almost 70 years old. He says, yes, it's never too late. And then, almost a day or two later, my uncle called me. He had been a priest in Cruces in El Paso for 50 years, almost 50 years. And he said, Mike, I heard you want to be a priest, and I think the best place to come is to Las Cruces. And then all of a sudden my life changed. I was teaching school, I quit, and I came and talked to the bishop, and he said, yes, I'll take a chance on you. That's kind of a lame story, but I think the most important thing that I've come to realize is that all people, not just me, everyone in the world, is called to serve the Lord in their own way. Whether you be a plumber, a garbage man, a school teacher, a scientist. Everybody has a certain talent to serve the Lord, and I have no talents other than possibly to be a priest. And you know when you're following your vocation because you feel a joy, you feel happiness. It's not easy. The seminary is not easy. It's not easy to be a priest. You're not going to make a lot of money. There's no more prestige. But there's an inner joy that keeps you going. And once I started and I felt that inner joy, there's no going back. I'm going to conclude by saying one thing. And I just want to say that I live for one moment, and I was talking about this last night. Time seems to speed by, and before you know it, all of us will be dead, and soon after that we'll be seeing Jesus. And that moment probably will be the most important moment in our existence. And when I meet Jesus, all I want to be able to say is, I did my best. I heard you speaking through the Holy Spirit, and I listened. And I hope at that moment he's going to say, come along. I have an eternity to spend with you. That moment is going to be extremely important, and I'm going to prepare for that. That's all I have to say, except that listen, and your conscience tells you your vocation.